is what's passed as prologue.
There were a lot of things going on at that time. You know, it was during the Cold War. Reagan was president. They had a nuclear threat against us. So we had some of the other priests kind of gave us some ideas about ways of becoming active and protesting nuclear weapons proliferation. So we had a pray-in about that. A little bit later, the Earth Day thing came up.
With the challenge to become activists, David and his friends were the brains behind the first ever Earth Day, an event that Spring Hill College still celebrates to this day. He has old video footage that was taken from the day, featuring a student band that played in the pits, a well-known hangout spot for bombers.
April 25th, this is happy birthday to our Mother Earth, so we all gotta get off.
Tell me how you got the idea to do this, Dave.
Well, I was supposed to be studying for exams, and all of a sudden I just started thinking that, how great it would be to get everybody down in the pits because it's such a beautiful place. And so we, decided that the best thing to do would be to get a band down here and
have it all be musicians. So we'd sit around the dorm playing music and on these diving adventures, sing along and stuff like that. So it was kind of that spirit that carried it along. People are standing around always looking for something to do, so you plant a small seed and it turns into a tree.
Other seeds that were planted during that time was Shores Club, which is still an active group on campus today. David Hatcher's roommate was the founder of the club, and together they went scuba diving, took beach trips, and even played a major role in dolphin rescues.
And we all took scuba diving lessons together. And then Father Reagan was our moderator. And we had a lot of adventures.
During the early 80s, there was a lot of school spirit and pride, but sometimes it seemed as if there were two different groups on campus, which often created a divide.
Actually, my freshman year, we had a vote to recall the student government president, and so there was a little bit of dissension there. It was kind of like the preppies versus the hippies.
Despite the different groups on campus, they always came together to host events and create a spirited and fun campus life.
There's always some kind of planning going on or some extracurricular activity, and whether it was a road trip to go see the manatees or go to the Keys or have a band or raise money for this or that. So a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Best years of my life.
Spring Hill not only offered Hatcher life-changing academic opportunities, but the Jesuits gave him a look at life's bigger pictures through their open minds and desire to converse with students.
Kind of opened things up for discussion that you would at the moment you think, wow, this should be taboo, but I suppose, the old saying is the purpose of an open mind is to close in on truth. The first thing they do is expose you to lots of thought and philosophies and let you decide on where your faith is. And at the end of the day, it's a real strengthening experience, but you can kind of, it's almost like a boat losing its anchor for a while. You just drift around thinking about this and that, and there's a certain period during the Spring Hill experience where you're just you're a little bit perplexed on everything, and then it kind of crystallizes and comes back together, hopefully before you graduate. But I guarantee you, if you sit in there, you'll come away with an enriching experience.